Good afternoon, everybody. This is OTC. I trade with Bear Bull Traders Community, and this is my trade recap on AMD. So before I jump to the trade, let's take a look at why I took this trade. One of the reasons I took this trade was because it had made a nice strong move up, came back, tried to test this level again, and then made a move down while the SPY was consolidating around that time. So then before I got in on the trade down here, I took a look at the daily chart, and we can pull a daily chart up over here on Thinkorswim. We'll put in AMD, and then I'll bring it over. So you can see here that AMD was after breaking out here, consolidating down, had broke out of that level again, and so I think it was at the bottom of this mini trading range in here, right? So this being a mini trading range, holding this 9 EMA, this is a daily chart, and holding this 20 simple moving average. So and then on top of that, if we'll get rid of this chart, but if we look at the FinViz groupers, you can see here that technology had a strong day. In fact, everybody had a strong day, but this is update to the closing bell. So earlier during the day, these three sectors here were about the same number, but they were in the red. But ultimately everyone was in the green today. Good day for the sectors in the market. But anyway, I noticed technology was making a strong push, so I thought, okay, well, if AMD's gonna trend down and make this big a move to the downside, it's got to come back up, right? And granted, this is not showing how far it came back up, which we'll see as it runs, but it made a really strong move well above VWAP, which is this purple dashed line that's coming through here through the VPOC. You can see it. You can't even see it here. Yeah, this is VWAP there. So it made a pretty strong move up, and I caught two legs of that. But let's run the tape here. So I tried an entry, and sorry I started this a little late, but so I took a small position here. Let's pause it for a second. So I took a small position here, right, thinking that it was going to hold this level here, which I didn't have drawn in, so a pivot level, and didn't do so. So then it came back down, still on the increasing volume, and I added to the position here because I thought it would hold this TFL line. In hindsight, this addition was premature, but I took a very small position here. I added very small here, and then I noticed that it was coming down to test over here. You can see it, the 50 SMA on the 15 and the 200 SMA and this pivot level, this intraday level that I had drawn in on the 5 minutes. So I doubled down, you know, whatever I had up here, I think I put, yeah, I think I doubled down exactly to bring my average to, my average I believe was right around 37, or somewhere in right there. So pretty good entry overall. But very happy with this trade. This trade was one of my better trades in a while. Just delete all these lines and watch it run. So looking at the level 2, that's me scrolling down and taking a look at what kind of orders seen down on the ask side to see how far this thing can run, right? So there we have, we missed that. Running it back 10 seconds, 10 seconds. You can already see I had already taken a partial at when it claimed on the 2 minute, it claimed over this 20 EMA, this 9 EMA. Just wanted to make sure that I locked in a partial as it got above the close of this candle here. So locked in a partial there. I don't think I took too much off at that point, but maybe didn't need to because I wasn't even willing to move my stop loss yet. So that was roughly a 10-cent move. But then notice the strength on it. Let's press it forward a little. Just kept going. They weren't giving up. Buyers were not giving up the holds of these levels. So you can see this candle here where I took a partial did not give up this 9 EMA. Then this next candle did not give up this 15 EMA. So at that point I decided, yeah, I'm not going to partial anymore until it gets to a particular level. So even here you can tell this candle came back and got bullish on me, and with relatively good volume. You know, the sellers came in and pushed it down, but I was not going to partial because I felt by looking at the level 2 and looking at the tape, and this trade was really amazing because it was on very low R vol. If you look up here on the right hand corner, very low R vol. So you can tell I'm pretty proud of this trade. So here is the last push we had with big volume, of course, on this hammer, and then double hammer we had big push there. So press up to the next level, and then this pullback is on lower volume, both of them, so both on lower volume. Took another partial there. I took it at the 20 EMA on the 2 minute chart. So now I've locked in roughly 20%, but I had quite a bit of oh no, I took 50% or 30% off there. So I had something like 1,500 shares. So I wanted to lock in partials, but still hadn't moved my stop loss to break even, but I was watching the action closely, watching over here closely, had my finger on the sell button if I needed to, if this thing bounced back down. But I was pretty happy with holding this and not too worried about this because it had, as we saw, it had already made this huge move, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 selling candles. So it had already made a big move to the downside, and AMD doesn't go easy. So then I set a range order here to sell, let's see, all the shares, because I saw over here on the 2 minute that we had the 200 SMA above, right? And then we had the 50 SMA also above. But I did not take my eye off of this, so now I've got one trade in, and I think I stopped the tape here and I'm going to another recording. But that was the first trade of AMD. I watched this action for a while. Let's see how much time is left on. Yeah, only 42 seconds left. So I watched this, and then it continues. It never gives up this level here, or on the 2 minute never gives up this level once it gets above it. As soon as it closes a candle above this and it closes a candle above this, I jump back in the trade, and that's on another recording. Sorry about that, showing my P&L there. I forgot I was taping and don't like to do that, so but there you go. You see I was green on the day. So that's my trade on AMD. Appreciate you guys watching this. If you want to see the continuation on the next trade, be on the next take of AMD for today. All right. Thank you guys.